And it's the news angle, bitch. Welcome back to another episode. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl, CJ.
My stomach hurts.
She just yelled it.
Girl, Brandy.
What were you doing for your stomach to be hurting?
I wasn't swallowing cum like your mom.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes, the fuck you were.
Oh,
I wasn't guzzling down dicks.
oh my
Guzzling
God.
down.
Although I
10
was
dicks a
guzzling
day.
down. I was guzzling down meat, so that's what's got me.
Oh,
That's
well.
what happened. Guzzling meat. You meat guzzling.
Wait,
Meat
oh.
guzgling's whore. I'm Brandy, the meat guzzling whore.
That's terrible. What a terrible introduction. By the way, if you guys are not watching and you're listening, Brandy is straight up laid out, I guess, on her bed or couch. Or
I'm on my couch. This is
Oh,
one
laid
of my
out on her
pillows. How cute is that, right?
It's cute. You drinking some ginger tea or mint tea, maybe?
I need to. Oh God, yes, ginger tea.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, maybe some ginger tea. Your mama
God damn.
said.
Damn. Anyway, welcome back to our news angle this week. I don't know what the hell that was.
Black moms be like.
I know black moms be like. I know. I just asked my little one to go get me a glass of ice, and she was like, I just got it and got me a glass of ice. Then her tune changed because I was like, I got you some matcha milk tea. And she was like, oh, thank you. Okay, all right.
Did she bring you a cup with 2 ice cubes in it?
No, nigga. That's some shit you would do. That's
Hate
some
when
shit
kids
you would do.
that because it's like, what are you good for? Why were you even born if you do stuff like that?
I used to do shit like that just to piss my
No,
mom
see,
off.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'll be like,
knew it.
I'll put like a little piece of ice. Like, here you go, mom. She's like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
No, what I would do hella ice because my mom didn't like that. Fill that bitch all the way up.
You guys are fucking ridiculous. That meme I made on our page is exactly accurate as fuck. Did you guys see it?
I did.
Our regular listeners
ignored
already
you.
laughed at it. Got some comments.
But that's more incentive for people to go check out our page and our funnies.
And our funnies. My God. Speaking of, can we touch on that real quick? The Brandy and Monica?
No, because that's for the entertainment.
I'm
That's
sorry.
it.
I'll leave that for
Follow
you.
instructions. See?
No, I don't like listening to people. I don't know if you know this. Fine. We'll go with the heavier stuff real quick. Anyway, so y'all heard about all the soldiers that are like dying or being injured at Fort Hood recently?
I have.
No.
You haven't? Okay, so in the last I'm gonna say 2 months or so, 8 soldiers have perished, like died at
From
Fort
what?
Hood from apparently just like random shit. Like the first one was the female. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. I gotta look it up. But she was found in like concrete, like her body. I was like, what the fuck? Exactly. And then on and on and on. Every couple of weeks there was somebody dying. And then there's a whole bunch of soldiers that are hurt. So the commander there lost his post. And there's a new major general that's taken over. I think his name is Eflint. Scott Eflint is taking over. But for whatever reason, this army base has had issues with people just like either disappearing. Well, the disappearing wasn't a thing because we found her body. That was the first one. There's a Hispanic, I think she was a Hispanic female. But like, I don't know. So there's a whole bunch of incidents. Oh, there's her name, Vanessa Gillen. Have you guys heard her name in the news at all?
I didn't think she was found in concrete because I remember maybe within the last few weeks or months hearing about some girl in the military that was murdered and nobody was really
maybe that's what it was.
like that.
Somebody was in concrete because all these people have gone missing only to have their bodies discovered later, like multiple bodies, not just hers. And then there's a few soldiers that were assigned to the base that were arrested for prostitution stings. I don't know why they call it a prostitution sting because I think it's part of the sex trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't think it's as they put it in the news because there's so much going on right now. And then a number of soldiers there have recently also, they said they died by suicide, which I have a hard time believing because of all the recent incidents that are leading up to it. Like I've never, like the entire time I've been around military people had a base, just one base with so many incidents. You know what I'm saying? Prostitution ring, people going missing, them finding their bodies, and then people committing suicide.
What base is this again?
Fort Hood.
Where is that located?
Here in Texas, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in Texas.
Yeah. Pretty sure. Hold on. Rob.
It's a little south of us.
Right. Yeah, it's a little bit south of us. Thank you. He heard me.
Okay.
He be listening. It's amazing how he eavesdrops when he don't need to be listening, but when I be talking to him, he don't hear nothing. Just love you. It's okay, but like for real though, so right now they have a few open investigations that are going on because of it. Like I guess right now it's General Murray. I don't know. American names are so hard. Just
not American names.
American names are so hard.
American names are hard.
It is. But seriously, it's the weirdest thing. Like, you know, we all grew up around military bases, and as long as we have been around them, I cannot remember hearing about so many missing people or suicides or shit like that.
Missing people was very rare on base. I remember one time, I only remember one case of somebody missing, and I saw him. So he was more like a runaway.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, you're missing, dude. Like,
wait a minute, is this who I think it is?
Right? I was like, you're missing.
Okay, how you gonna run away? It's a rock.
So yeah, so I was just gonna say, do you remember like being in school? I remember specifically, I don't know if it was like maybe it was during like football season. I want to say it was the Super Bowl season, because you know we'd watch it on Monday mornings or whatever, because it was opposite hours. Yeah. So the teachers would want to watch Super Bowl, so we'd get to watch it too. I specifically remember seeing one of our student bodies' names on the bottom of FEN/AFN saying this person is missing. And we all started cracking up because we knew that she was out drinking the night before and shit. And just never returned. And also, you can't run away on Okinawa.
Like, there's nowhere to run to. Where you gonna go?
Unless you have
you know, unless you have, yeah, exactly. Unless you have money to get a boat ride to another fucking island, which is not going to get you anywhere. Or you have enough sense to grab money to buy an airplane ticket in your parents' name with you on it or something. You can't fucking leave.
There ain't nowhere for you to run to.
No.
That used to trip me out when my friends would run away.
It was just the craziest thing. Anyway, but hopefully they'll figure it out, and this new Major General will figure out the fucking base, because they don't need to be losing military personnel like that. I mean,
no, Jesus. It's already bad enough you could lose them in combat. You don't need no bullshit at home.
Pretty much.
And then the fact that they're committing suicide there, if that is the case, and it's
I'm like looking up right now, like I'm like, what type of ley lines is this?
Brandy be about them ley lines though.
Girl, I'm looking at these maps right now. Like, hold on.
Oh my God,
I'm looking it up.
Hey, it might be because it's south of where I'm at. It's south of where I'm at. It's gonna be underneath Fort Worth or like Dallas. I guess below Dallas Mansfield area, but. Boy, I was like, what the fuck is happening? When I saw that article for the 8th person the other day, I was like, okay, this is like, something's wrong.
So what's the time span in the
2 months?
It's been 2 months. And it's
2 months. The Vanessa one was 2-3 months ago. So 2 months. Since then, there has been 8 total people accounted for. And then several others, I guess, that are hurt or missing or committed suicide. Yeah, it's 8 weeks. That's too short of a time period for all of that to be fucking happening, man.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude. Anyway, while she's looking that up, let's go to the next
girl, because I'm not letting up.
Yeah,
like,
I see you. You got serious. Brandy's like really looking. I saw it in your eyes. She was like really searching.
I'm like, man.
Oh my God. So hey, next one is these 2 girls in California. During this COVID situation, they were spotted outside using the Wi-Fi at Taco Bell because they don't have Wi-Fi at home. Like, it's so crazy. And then there was this, so then there was this weird story. This turned out not to be true because I dug around, and because people were saying, oh, the mother had the kids taken away or whatever. No, that didn't happen. It was just like an odd thing to see because it was 2 little girls on their laptops or iPads or whatever.
Well, how old were they?
They look like, from the picture, they look young. They look like they're around like 9, 10 years old, maybe 11.
Okay.
They look like
they were outside with laptops just doing homework and stuff?
Yes, there's a picture of it on TMZ, actually. Let me see if I can get you guys to see it. It was just, not something you see every day. See? They look young.
Okay.
That's probably why.
And they was just out there. How long were they out there?
During school hours, because they were using the Wi-Fi to do school.
Oh wow.
Right, because I dug around a little bit more. So it turns out like 40% of Latinos in California do not have internet access.
Wow.
That is a lot.
And you're supposed to go back to school online.
I thought the school districts were supposed to be subsidizing internet for people that can't.
That's not up to school districts. That's up to the internet providers.
What? Because I know the school district was going to, well, at least in this county where I am now, Clark County.
If they can afford it, they can pay the internet provider.
That's probably what it is then.
Because listen, like my district, for my kiddo, everybody got a new ass Chromebook.
That's how it is here too.
But Vegas has money.
Yeah.
So does Mansfield.
Oh, and then plus the marijuana tax.
That's what I'm saying.
With the marijuana tax, a large chunk goes to education.
That's what I'm saying. So if you have a affluent like neighborhood and you have taxes from the people living there, the residents going into the school system, then you don't have to worry about anything. But these guys, so it's just really sad that like the difference in the economy and the upbringing and stuff right now, like it's starting to show, like the gap is starting to widen, and you can tell because of stories like this. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the kids cared enough to go to Taco Bell to get the Wi-Fi.
About their education to,
do
something. Yeah.
But it also sucks. And I'm wondering if there's even more like this because, like Mickey D's has free Wi-Fi. So does Starbucks.
Yes, calling it Mickey D's.
Do we not call it Mickey D's anymore?
1993. Much more. I feel with the half hour. You took it back.
I'm sorry. Do people not say that anymore?
You remember when Justin Timberlake did like a McDonald's commercial and he was like his own song to it?
What?
Yeah.
They still use that too. That's the crazy part. Along with that, I forgot to write it down, but there was an article I read the other day. So in Mexico right now, because the kids are going to school from home as well, guess what they're doing? Because they're so much smarter than us. Guess. What? Just guess.
Something smart.
Something fucking smart and too easy. They're broadcasting school on TV. So people have access to it.
Nice.
Fucking genius. Fucking genius. It's on like public TV. That means you don't really need more than a $10 antenna, if anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I know a lot of people are getting out of cable. I know I gave up my cable like almost a year ago.
Yeah, we just have like a $15, $20 like local channel, which I rarely use other than, I think we use it every year for New Year's Eve. Literally, like.
Oh yeah, or like
the countdown.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually like those little channels. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved like BT when we were overseas just because I loved 106 in Park. But other than that, I don't remember being inside watching a lot of TV. And I liked having those little like channel 5s and 8s and 9s.
Sometimes it's fine. And I like to put it on as like background.
Okay, PBS really like was hitting. I used to think it was boring as a kid. And then watching them shows with my kid growing up, I'm like, this shit is
but
fire.
Doesn't PBS have a free app now that you can stream as well?
I can watch Wildcrats on my phone.
Pretty sure or your TV. If you have a smart TV, download it.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Do you guys have smart TVs, right? Yeah.
That's a good question. I
no, my TV is a little older, so I made it into a smart TV.
Oh, okay.
I know that's right. Innovative.
Oh, you got a Chromecast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So either way, so if you can like do the Chromecast thing or Fire TV or whatever, then you can pretty much watch everything.
There's a show on there that reminds me of CJ because she's fucking annoying. It's called Sid the Science Kid. It's a dope show though.
My kid watches it and she loves it.
Sid the Science Kid is fire. Like I love it so much.
Heather watches it pretty frequently, all the science and math shows, and she has been accustomed to going, Mom, did you know that?
And she probably would like Adventures in Cyberspace.
Oh, I think that's another one too that she watches.
Yeah.
And she watches like weird science as well. Like
I like it. And they got Word Girl was my favorite because she'd like be smelling everything, and I'm like, oh, she's so amazing. And I'm like 20 something watching with my kid, like really enjoying it.
You know what channel I think is underrated? It's called Link TV. I had it back when I had DirecTV.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Very interesting documentaries on there.
Oh, that might be up my alley because I love documentaries.
Yeah.
Link
interesting
TV.
Documentaries, and even the movies that they play on there. Very interesting. There was an Academy Award-winning movie from Afghanistan. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, it was from Afghanistan. The shit was nuts.
Is it just LINK TV?
LIN, I want to say, yeah, LINK TV.
I'm going to look it up and see if it's still available. Because that sounds pretty dope.
That Afghani movie was nuts. When I get the name, and I will definitely
send it to me because I really want to see it.
It's crazy.
Before we go on break, one more thing. So Okinawa in Japan has been hit with typhoons in that region.
DC.
Typhoon Maysak. I hate the name. I hate the name that people give overseas.
Anything with sack in it is not cool.
Well, because in Japan, they don't name typhoons. They just give it numbers for the year. So it might be Typhoon Hachigo, which is typhoon number 8. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they don't, the Maysak, they just overseas people. Because they were saying it was going to be a major disaster in Okinawa. So I was like watching it and shit. Okinawans be chilling in typhoons. Let me tell you, like my mom
definitely were still going out.
We definitely like my mom called my auntie and was like, is everything okay? Like nobody's like, out, like the grown-ups aren't out, but she was like, nothing major happened. So it's heading towards parts of mainland Japan, and it looks like maybe Korea too. I haven't followed it in a few hours, so I'm not quite sure where it's at, but it hit Okinawa last night, like hardcore. And like this morning, I was like, wow. And I was just watching NHK because, they have all the news. All the news. And it was like 3 a.m. But that wind and the rain was like crazy, like loud on the TV. I had to turn it down. But seriously, like during typhoons, I was telling my mom this. I was like, Okie people never freaked out because all of our houses were made to withstand the typhoon. Like
we literally all lived in like, y'all, anybody listening to this, you grew up watching SpongeBob. We all lived in Squidward's house.
Basically.
That big ass stone obelisk.
Yeah, I mean, so like in Okinawa, because we're a coral island, right? So we just floating on the sea basically. So when typhoons hit, you got to make sure like your shit's built right. So most of the things you see, even if it looks wooden on the outside, everything inside is concrete in Okinawa. That's why it'd be so damn hot in the house, like all the time. And like it always cracks me up because when that typhoon fucking hits mainland Japan, they are fucking destroyed from the top to bottom. I mean, like landslides, houses being washed away. And it's not a funny thing, but it's just weird to me that after decades and decades of the same shit,
they're like, let's keep building it.
I mean, it's like that in Florida too. They keep building the same shit.
Me out. Before I moved to Okie, I lived in Florida. And we would get shit like half the strength that would hit us in Okinawa. Right. And it would just devastate the whole fucking coastline. Like everybody's house would be blown away.
Right. What is that?
Have you seen how those beach homes are built? It's like 4 toothpicks in the whole house.
They're made out of fucking twigs.
They're like this on the pillars, like.
And then just right on the beach, and I'm just like, I could never own property out there. Like,
and then they like, we're going to rebuild, and they rebuild with the same twigs that they used that blew away the first time.
No, they literally just pick up that same area, same logs,
just built it back. I'm like, y'all know y'all gonna get another hurricane next year, right? It's gonna happen again.
It's gonna happen every fucking year, several times a year, guys.
When I went to Okinawa, and I moved there in May.
Right.
So not even 2-3 months later, they were like, oh, typhoon. And I was like, okay. Let's board up the windows. Let's
The
how come
teachers
school's not
out
closed yet? What the fuck
Yes,
is going
board
on?
up the windows. So American.
Right. Where are the sandbags?
Yes. Oh my God, sandbag.
Yeah.
But you know, since I live down a hill, there was one time where we did have to sandbag because all that water was coming down.
That's
and
the only thing.
Come in the house a little bit, and me and my brother, we're young and dumb. We're like, oh man, this is cool. The house is gonna float away. My mom's freaking the fuck out because she's like my couch carpet. That's how you know you don't pay for shit. Because we're like, oh, water.
Like, I'm about to swim in my house.
Pretty much. We're like, we coming downstairs with our blankets and shit like it's going to float. And my mom is pissed.
Dude, that Typhoons used to have me and my brother like camping out under the table. We would put like little flashlight.
Aww.
Make tents and shit with the pillows and blankets.
Yeah, we were like excited about storms. But
we weren't.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, when we got older, I think we got excited that school got shut down, and I was about to go to typhoon parties and shit. Like
typhoon parties were the best,
dude. And then remember the radio would play Typhoon Hours, where they would like straight up be club music the whole time.
We still went outside because there was like a hockey kind of skating rink. That was in between Jennings housing and the bowling alley.
Oh,
and we would all go there because it filled up with water. So we'd go there with our skates and bikes and skateboards. Like, we didn't give a fuck about TC 1, 2, 3, 4. Man. We didn't care about none of that shit.
I was
like,
really
going
mad.
Outside.
I was really mad when I got grown and I was working at AFES, and then I was like, ooh, TC1. And they're like, you still got to come to work. I was like, so it's not like high school? It's not.
No, I was disappointed when I realized I was adult. I was like, I get excited about a summer, and then I still had to work during the summer. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah. I really considered being a teacher because I wanted summer breaks still.
Listen.
Then I was like, I can't get paid this little. It's not with all the work that these badass kids and all the work that they put into their careers, and they only get paid like dimes on it, and I can't.
That's literally why I'm considering changing my major and taking these little credits and doing something else. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be so pissed to do all this, and then the way the owner you gotta go back for your master's anyway. Because bachelors just ain't shit in certain fields.
It ain't shit no more.
All to get probably paid less than what I'm making now.
I'm telling you, you just become the owner of the Miracle Lounge and the Wonderland Lounge, whatever y'all.
Wonderland.
Club Wonderland.
Your wonderful dreams come true.
Club Wonderland. I'll make some beautiful desserts that you can like serve up.
Ooh, yes, desserts.
You can do drinks and food, and we're set. Done.
If you can't go to Club Wonderland, where the hell can you go?
Where the hell can you go? Okay.
Oh my God. Where we're going is on break right now, so we'll be right back.
We're back, bitches.
Damn, that was soft.
Yeah, that was a soft we back. Okay, B.
Okay.
With the midnight storm, we're back. I like
midnight
that.
Typhoon.
Yeah, they have
now
one
we're
here
getting
too.
into our entertainment section.
Yes, let's go.
Our news angle.
Let's go.
Of course, we have to start off talking about Chadwick Boseman's death.
Of course,
because that was just. I know people die; it's a part of life. Because I've been seeing a lot of comments like that, but it's bigger than that. Because this man to go through stage 4 colon cancer and to do these films and to not tell anybody.
Dude, I also want the same circle that he has that didn't leak shit. His circle was strong. Like
that literally lets me know you had to have kept it between you, your wife, maybe like 3 other people.
It had to
have the people that you were on these movie sets with. Because I think about some of the people you work with end up being like family to some people, right?
Yeah.
Or your friends, and these are your peers. We look at them as entertainers and blah blah, but at the end of the day, that's their job. These are your coworkers,
right?
And I know these people feel like family when you're on a set with them 4 or 6 months at a time away from your family. So the fact that you ain't let none of them know, and you let people say whatever they wanted to say about you losing weight, because people were making fun, like, is he on drugs? Or is this for a movie role? Nobody knew, and you didn't even confirm anything. It's so bad. This hit me just like Kobe hit me, which I was very shocked about.
It really hit me harder than Kobe.
I was crying. And then this one, I was fine for probably like the first 20, 30 minutes because I think I was in shock. Mm-hmm. And then when you start watching all that shit on like Instagram, these videos and stuff, and people confirming it, I just started sobbing, like, That was very sad.
It like really hit me today. I don't know if you guys saw my post today, like about it, because I was like, this is crazy. Like, I think it's because of what he brought to the table for our society, like for Black society. It's not just him, of course, the rest of like the Black Panther crew, but he was, you know, the leading focus, the main guy. So like having somebody, especially being a Black girl nerd, you guys know, because we're all like alterna Black people, right? Because that's what they would consider us, because you're into cosplay and all this stuff, and you're into nerdy shit too.
But to even like I loved what he brought to the table with that, because really before him in the Black community, because I know I could start with Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man and making all this stuff cool, but before that, this was not cool. This was nerd shit, and then for people of color, this was that white people shit. So then we get Wakanda Forever, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it is done right. It's not a joke. It's not, you know, corny.
Y'all it wasn't corny, because the closest thing we had before that was Blade.
That was Blade,
which half of our crew made fun of.
Although I loved it.
People made fun of that one, and I still love it. I loved it too, because
I watched all three of them. I loved it.
Oh, same, absolutely. But like, we never had one where like 99% of the cast was Black, ever.
No, not like this. And like I always say, them being undeniably Black was huge.
Yeah.
Because to have I forget her real name, but I know her as Michonne from The Walking Dead and Lupita Nyong'o, and these real dark people starring in this film across the board was so huge. To have it do so well, break $1 billion. I think now it's like the 4th highest grossing or 5th.
And do you remember what they said about our fucking movie? They were like, is this even gonna make money? Do you remember?
They weren't sure. And I like that
really didn't know.
that they admitted that too when they were doing different speeches and everything else, because that was kind of the general consensus. Are you going to bring in an audience? Because we know, for the most part, when they say, oh, we want to reach a broader audience, they mean wider. They don't mean people of color.
No, they sure don't.
Not what they're checking.
I bet they didn't think that our dollars were going to hit that
not
hard,
at all.
did they?
If we showed up and showed out. We got dressed up.
You know what was very disappointing about this? Because, you know, not to take away from Boseman's story, but like, remember reading the articles and news like videos of theaters shutting down because they didn't want so many Black people in their movie theaters at once?
Yeah,
I remember.
I was livid.
Giving them a hard time about different costumes they'd want to wear and stuff like that, because their faces would be covered with their mask and stuff. And I was thinking, I know for a fact, because I've stood in line for certain movies and certain Star Wars films.
I was just gonna say.
I've seen Star Troopers and Chewbacca's, Stormtrooper, excuse me, and Chewbacca's and everything else dressed up, faces covered, and it wasn't no problem.
No problem, because they weren't Black.
We already know what that was about, but I'm happy he gave the example of just literally living your best life no matter what you're going through and accomplishing his dream. It seemed like he wasn't sitting around feeling sorry for himself, and to know what you have going on in your body, to do the surgeries and the chemo, and to still sign up for movie after movie, because these movies aren't done in a small span of time. You have to sign on knowing you're filming next year.
Y'all realize he got diagnosed with stage 3 in 2016. That means he's already had that happening to him years before that.
Years before.
Because in the middle, after the diagnosis in 2016, it went to stage 4. I think probably the last year or so when he started losing the weight is probably where he hit stage 4. And what got me even more like fucking misty eyed is the fact that he went to like the cancer children's hospitals to cheer cancer patients up while he battled the same thing. Like, blew my mind. I couldn't. Let me tell you when I said I needed tissues.
Poise and grace on and off the field. It's very rare that we see that in the entertainment industry. Sometimes people die and all their messy laundry comes out. And he just was scandal free.
Yeah, he was.
He did great work because, you know, Black Panther is, of course, what majority of people know him for, but he did great work in Jackie Robinson, James Brown, because the brother could sing and dance.
Man, the James Brown
one. He can sing and dance for real. So it's like, to see how talented you were and probably didn't even scratch the surface of what you were capable of. And I'd like to point out that he was 43. So you're doing all this, and because a lot of times society counts you out the game on stuff when you're past 35. They do.
The fact that he was 43, he looked very good for 43.
I was just gonna say,
feeling it.
I just wanted you to know that some of my non-POC friends heard that he was 43 and their fucking reaction was hilarious because they thought that he was in his like early 30s. Like, if anything.
He looked like it.
He looked like it to begin with.
He looked good.
And that's crazy. He was in stage 4 cancer.
And looked like that.
Sick. It looked young, good.
You know what I kept thinking after learning about all of these things that he was saying? I was like, that is why they're scared of us. That's why. Because we push through so much shit. We always have. And
had no choice but to.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's almost like crazy that he kept pushing through all of this, knowing that he had to almost maybe to leave that like fucking legacy.
Oh, well, his legacy is more than cemented. They're talking about taking some Confederate statue down, and they've already got 17,000 signatures to have a statue of Chadwick up. And I'm like, I love that.
I'm down.
Do it.
Where do I sign up?
I'd so be here for that. Right. I'm like, I'd be here for that. So definitely had to do that at the top of the entertainment section because that was huge. Next up is this bullshit ass versus with Drake and Monica. What the fuck, yo?
I know, because we talked about it last week. We were all like super duper like hyped because we were like, oh my god, 90s nostalgia. And
well, no, wait. First, I want to know for y'all two, who y'all think won?
I mean, okay, like hit for hit though, hit for hit, Brandy.
That's what these are about.
Brandy. I mean, what can I say? Like, look at D. D, you about
I'm conflicted. I've always been conflicted.
D's a hood booger, so he wants to say.
What does that mean? Brandy music was for girls who like had both parents.
Yeah, D didn't have both parents in the house, so he's Team Monica.
Somebody said that. Somebody was like, only ratchet people think Brandy is better than Monica. And only ratchet people think Keisha Cole can sing.
Oh my God, Keisha Cole can't sing.
I'm not going to do that because I love Keisha Cole.
No,
Keisha Cole is for hood bitches with broken hearts.
Keisha Cole is a national treasure. We gonna leave
Keisha Cole is for bitches who are from the hood and Missy
be yelling Keisha Cole name too. So we gonna leave
so
Keisha
you already know Keisha Cole and Monica in the same fucking group.
Well, real talk. For this to be fair, it should have been Keisha and Monica. That's who should have done this.
That's the good version.
Because Brandy and Monica,
we should do that next. You know who I feel like? I don't know. I don't feel like that would be fair because Monica would win out on that one to me.
I don't feel like it would be like too easy because I feel like Keisha would be in there for about till song 10. And then that would be it for Keisha. And Monica would take the rest.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Just because her catalog is not that long.
Monica
or maybe it could have even been because if we're talking hit for hit now, who has better vocals?
Right.
Maybe Ashanti and Monica could have went back and forth because Ashanti got hits.
I'm gonna disagree because Ashanti's always featured in hits.
First of all, she's the feature queen.
She is a feature queen, but she got like 5 hits of her own.
But she got hits, and let me tell you something else too. What I noticed on these things that they were both doing, they weren't just going off of the hits that made Billboard charts. They were going off of what fans dubbed like fan favorites.
That's
so
true.
You're pulling like track 8 on Full Moon that your fans know.
God, I love.
So we hear it and we're like, oh shit, this was it, but it wasn't no single. So if you do it like that, Ashanti and Monica would make more sense to me. Brandy and Monica never made sense on this versus. I'm like, Brandy's gonna watch this girl.
Also, like,
as soon as I heard Full Moon, I was like, bye.
Brandy turned into the crazy auntie. Like,
oh my God, it's so cringe. I
feel like the turning point was when her and Ray J did that fucking reality TV show a few years back.
Oh yeah,
10, 15 years back. And you know how because she couldn't record for a while, and that's why she has her own company now, so that she can put out her own music again.
The issue I've always had with Brandy, because there's been a whole bunch of black people and black Twitter going crazy on who won and who did. People talk about Monica just got a KO just because the Fendi outfit was cute, because I don't know what the fuck Brandy had on. I'm like, girl,
Brandy turned into she turned into a baby Erykah Badu is what happened.
She looks like a substitute art teacher.
That's exactly what she looks like.
She does. She looks like a substitute art teacher.
No, she looked like my African studies.
That's what I'm saying.
She looked like she got a whole bunch of mints in her pocket or something. Like she that messed me up. But what to me,
like she got a bunch of butterscotch in her purse.
Butterscotch, yeah, she's Werther's. What always messed me up with Brandy is she never transitioned with us. And I ended up being more of a Monica fan as an adult because I'm like, hey, I know.
Well, her songs are more grown and sexy now.
Right. I'm grown now. I'm sucking dick now. Brandy's music can't follow me with that.
Yeah.
So I needed Brandy
she
to make
said,
no, for real. Brandy never made no music.
Let's not lie.
Okay, so you make a mixtape or something and you want to put that Brandy on? Absolutely not.
One of Monica's recent songs has a line something about I need that good sex. Like she has completely.
Even when peep this, Monica gave Brandy a compliment about a song that was a little sexy joint. I completely forgot about. I said, okay, Brandy, because her voice was unmatched, and Brandy was singing live here and there. KO right there. Period. But anyway, Monica's like, "Ooh, this song make me feel grown." Anytime somebody say that, I already know you thinking nasty. Like, make me want to be grown, get grown. Brandy talking about something, oh, what's that mean? Or didn't want Monica to sing Sideline Ho because her daughter was in the studio. Bitch, your daughter is 37. You can hear the word Sideline Ho. I'm like, Brandy, you are not this little girl. You're not Moesha for real.
They did sing. Hey, they did try to sing Moesha last night. I don't know if y'all caught that.
Well, I heard it at the end of the song, but I heard they could get sued and stuff, so they couldn't mess that up.
Yeah, they.
But that's why they didn't. I didn't know that stuff ran that deep.
Because that they don't own the lyrics to that. It was for the show, so it's like when I tell you I have to do disclaimers every time you guys.
Well, she should have done a disclaimer and then have.
I don't think they can do that because they probably have a contract, like a contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Monica was trying to tell her to sing it anyway, and then she was like, "Girl, I wasn't trying to go to court." And then Monica was like, well, I could have helped you there. She's like, with the lawyer fees too. And then Monica's like, I come through. And that's another thing. Monica just seems more personable. And this wasn't like who you want to hang out with more and that's who win the verses. But if it was, I want to kick it with Monica.
I feel like if I drank with the two of them, Monica and I would be like the chill, like drinking. We talking about life, business and stuff. I feel like Brandy would be like, this my song, and just like leave the bar and like not come back for like 45 minutes. And when she got like 3 more people with her.
Yeah,
Brandy would be that person who drinks too much and then she's freaking out about everything and wanting to go home and calling her daughter's phone 1 million times, and she only had 2 shots of Fireball. And it's like, girl,
no. Do you?
So she was annoying.
Speaking of that, do you think that a versus between Brandy and Mary would be good? I feel like
Mary
that would be.
J. Yes.
Yes. I feel like that would.
I almost feel like there's certain people that should not do verses. And
you think Mary's one of them?
I feel like Mary shouldn't do it. I feel like it's some people doing a verse is just disrespectful. Like when people are like, "Oh, Beyonce should do it," I'm like, against who? Sasha Fierce? Nobody can.
Right? Yeah.
She's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
So Beyonce, what's up, Sasha? Like,
yeah, I'm like, that's disrespectful, and I'm gonna.
You know who needs to do a versus? A character versus.
Who?
It needs to be Moesha and Taina.
Oh my god.
You gotta find Taina, see where
Taina gotta do blue mascara. She gotta do blue mascara. Although they did say they wanted to do one. That was sorry. I'm about to make a really bad joke that someone else said.
Oh god.
They wanted to do one that was like opposite sex, and then they were like, it should be Chris Brown and Rihanna going hit for hit.
Oh shit. That's terrible.
When I tell you,
that's terrible.
But jokes aside, I was like, that would be a good ass battle because they both got singles for days.
They got some hits.
And they both got hits on their albums because every song on Rihanna's Red album was fucking like great.
I mean,
like, oh my god, it was fire. And she didn't even make them all singles. So kudos to them. They got 1.5 million viewers. That was like the highest.
That was crazy.
So they streams up, paid, everything else.
And it stayed at 1.1 million till the end they
did. So I was happy about that. They're talking about doing a tour. Most of us are saying we don't want to see no tour because y'all attitudes clearly ain't right.
Man, Monica was through with them poems. Can we talk about them poems?
I didn't make it to that part.
No, Brandy kept saying, well, I got a poem before I say this song. And I'm like, girl, if you don't sit your ass.
She wrote a poem for every song intro that she had.
It was really annoying.
There was one time she couldn't find it on her little damn notebook. So she was like, I was going to say.
People were in the comments like happy. And then shout out to everybody in the comments that were like, Brandy, tell Ray J to come on and sing Wait a Minute. I was thrilled.
That's the only song. The only song he got.
It was so funny. I was like, Black people are unmatched. I love the verses because of the nostalgia they bring, but I love that comment section on the live.
It was so
Michelle
funny.
Obama was in it. Kamala Harris.
Yeah, so many people. I saw so many check marks from like actual celebs last night.
And
like,
it's some of them are like people that you don't even hear from. Lenny fucking Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz jumped in.
Dude,
like, what's Lenny doing?
I don't know.
Checking out Brandy and Monica. I think it's great, and it was a win for the culture, regardless of Brandy's hideous outfit and Monica's nasty attitude.
Oh my god! Do you think they could do like a versus on like TV shows? Like, I want to see one with Living Single and Friends.
I want to see a versus between dark skin Aunt Viv and light skin.
Dark skin Aunt Viv.
That's like Mary J. Come on. Yeah, dark skin all day.
Okay, my last little thing before we play a new game called Stump CJ.
Oh, God.
So Tyler Perry is officially a Forbes billionaire, y'all. He got his
iPhone. A billion. Maybe he can afford a real makeup artist and hair artist.
Oh, stop. He gonna be a billionaire and them wigs still gonna be synthetic and fried, okay? and then he gonna write a book telling y'all, and that's how you become a millionaire. You don't spend all this money on the wigs.
Okay, so is he's a billionaire, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
He made it to billionaire status. I'm like,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him.
Totally not mad at it.
And I think
those plays were really selling out. And he used to sleep in his car. Like, his whole story is very like, wow, you really made your way to the top.
He did.
He did that shit.
He really did. And like, I'm not mad at any of it. As much as I make fun of it, like, I think it's amazing what he did. Has his own he's one of the first Black people to have a studio that's still running.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
and I don't blame him for doing that, because then you can control.
You can do whatever you want now.
What you want. And
we all about to go. Let's go to a casting call.
As a collective, let's just watch for Brother Perry, because when you make a move like that and have your own studios, you know them folks, Warner Brothers, Paramount, all them, they don't really want us to own no shit like that.
No, they don't.
Have our directors, our writers, our producers, our stories, everybody looking like us behind the scene, and you in the real Wakanda of Atlanta. So I'm like, just watch out for the studio,
I'm super excited about Peele directing and producing right now, because he's bringing the sci-fi and the nerdy, the horror of Black characters to the table.
And his Twilight, I don't know if you guys seen his Twilight.
I haven't yet, but I want to watch his other show that he's I think co-producing or like directing.
I'm watching it now, Lovecraft Country.
Yes, I want to see that too.
Girl, it's so bomb, and I'm not even overhyping. It is so bomb, and I'm so happy that the characters look like us, multifaceted. So we have our wonderful range of colors for people, and everybody is nerdy. Like, the first episode, they're making references to all of these nerds, but the main character, he loves to read, and I love that your knowledge is your power. On top of his body is banging, so that helps too. But I do like that he's a real nerd. So Lovecraft Country, get into it.
I just love it. I can't get over it.
Now, earlier in this show, because we're gonna start.
Oh wait, can I add one more thing?
Go ahead.
Niecy Nash.
Married to her. Honestly, I wanted that to be an episode.
Yeah, we can, but just to touch on it.
A fool.
Huh?
I said, because people acted a fool.
So Niecy Nash kept it a secret that she was lesbian, I guess.
I had no fucking clue.
I didn't even know, and I'm pretty good about this too. Like, I was.
Well, when you're married to your man and you're always making posts about, a dick a day keeps the divorce away, and then this. Although I ain't gonna lie, I was nosy, and I scrolled all the way back through her wife's page, and she's been on her wife's page since like 2016.
Yeah,
and we were married. So. You being gay, that's not even an issue for me. This is messy, because if this was a guy that pulled this shit, the internet would drag his ass.
They would, but I think I understand why they kept it a secret, because look at what happened in the comments. Oh, sorry, the lights just went out around me. I don't know what that was. I know. Is the internet down? Oh no. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so I'm back. because the power went out. Sorry about that glitch. I know. Anyway, so what was I saying? Niecy Nash.
Did it glitch again?
No, it's just it's been storming and I got rained on earlier shopping, so I'm guessing that's what's happening. And I'm in an older house, so it's like the fucking electricity. I don't know, right? But I don't know. I'm okay with it. I just feel like that our society, like she got dragged either way. She would have got dragged 4 years ago. She's getting dragged right now. Like, honestly, I was really sad when I went into the comments thinking I was going to see a bunch of congrats and stuff. And instead people were like, oh, that's nasty. Or, oh, I can't believe she didn't tell us. Or like, it's not anybody else's business though. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it anybody's business?
With celebrities, we not gonna act like we don't expect them to tell us certain stuff. I'm agreeing with y'all.
I know you do.
Not our business. However, I'm not surprised that there's millions of people like, girl, what the fuck?
But nobody dragged fucking Keanu Reeves with his secret girlfriend. Nobody.
First of all, Keanu Reeves is not going to be in the shade room. We talking about shade room comments and people acting a fool. That's what we talking about. We talking about
I understand that, okay? But the double standard that we give it's the same reason why old boy on your Facebook page is acting a fool with his naked holding his breath picture because he wasn't loved as a child and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
Who the fuck was that?
I don't know. I just reposted it. I don't know who that is.
He was really holding his breath to get that
V shape.
He said,
your fat baby daddy could never.
I was like, yo ugly mug could never.
Yeah, I was like, first of all,
not only is your face not attractive, but you also made your personality not attractive by the fucking comment that he made. And
that chest,
breathe again.
That chest was not it. I'm like, yeah, but anyway. He
was just holding it. I thought his eyes were about to roll back, girl.
And I can't stop thinking about
that a little bit.
Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know. I'm still down. I'm down for Niecy. She's one of my faves. So, anyway, let's get to this.
He was like on the low cheating and doing shady shit. So I'm not 100% for that, but I am here for people just being happy. So. She said, apparently in some interview, she said she was never going to suck a dick again, and she meant that shit. So.
Yeah, well, good for her.
That's one way to do it.
That's good for her. All right, let's do the stomp my ass
let's
situation.
Get some stump. I'm gonna make sure I have like some music.
So the preset to this is that we had one of our listeners ask us to find questions that would stomp me, because apparently y'all are tired of me knowing everything. I don't think I feel that way. I don't think I know everything. I just happen to read a lot of random shit.
Okay, Brandy.
Okay. First of all, I'm Monica. Did you not see the meme?
No, the way you talking now, you might as well read a poem about how you don't know everything.
Oh my God.
So how are we gonna stump CJ or stump CJ?
Okay, we're gonna stomp CJ and stumper. Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh my God, is this like just like a bunch of questions, or do you have just one?
Normally now, since it's our first time doing it, I just looked this up and I'm gonna give her multiple choices, and she'll take it from there. Maybe sometimes if we want to like really stump her,
we're gonna go the whole episode.
But in the future, I'm gonna give you the question to read, D. That way, it's like, or you can be the person that looks it up, and you'll be the one that like does that.
Ask me the question.
So, okay, we joked about earlier that spraining your ankle is something very childish as hell, and that nobody as an adult really sprains their ankle. We're going to challenge our listeners. Find somebody over the age of 35 that sprained their ankle. It's childish.
Oof.
So, I want to know, CJ.
Yes.
Every day in the U.S., how many people sprain their ankle? Is it 15,000, 25,000, 55,000, or 125,000?
Wait, say that again. That's so many numbers. One more time.
It is 15,000. You're Asian. You got this.
15,000.
25,000, 55,000, or 125,000.
Every day?
Every day in the U.S. How many people sprain their ankle? How many childish motherfuckers on a daily their ankle? That just gets down stupid. Like, why are you limping? I sprained my ankle. What?
What's that? What's after 50,000?
We have A, 15,000.
Okay.
B, 25,000. C, 55,000. Or D, 125,000.
I'm gonna go with like 55,000.
Oh, we got her. She's wrong.
It's 125, isn't it?
Every day in the U.S., 25,000 childish ass people sprain their ankles. That's still a lot of goddamn
That's still a lot of people every single day.
Every day? Every day?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I shouldn't.
Funny, because it's stupid.
I think that includes children, though.
Oh no, you know, I can't laugh because I've sprained my ankle like in my 30s as well. And like,
doing what?
Doing what?
What the fuck was you doing to sprain your ankle?
Usually I'm intoxicated or something, about to fall or something, but
okay, so that would kind of make more sense.
Okay, not just like walking and like tripping on my ass.
She was walking through the woods with some stilettos on. What the fuck was you doing?
None of that. None of that. None of that. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay.
Yay!
Oh my God.
So CJ, 0. Us, 1.
Us? Is it y'all and the listeners and viewers? Is that what it is?
The listeners, viewers, we got a point, you guys.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll do giveaways if we can stump CJ up to like 10 or something.
Okay. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. You got another one? Is that it?
No, we just got to do one episode.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, here, how about this? If y'all have any good Stump the CJ questions, don't send it to the Triangle. Send it to Brandy or Demetrius.
Send it to me. Demetrius ain't gonna do shit.
Gee, look at it.
Demetrius gonna sprain his ankle and be busy doing something.
She's so rude. So rude. Oh my God. No, for real though. Like send it to Brandy. Because if you send it to the Triangle, I see it too, and that wouldn't be fair for me because
I think Brandy sprained her ankle and fell in her closet and just came out wearing that dumb shit she had.
She really did. She really was like, yo.
God, it was awful.
I don't know what she was going for. Like, and I'm into like the hippie looks and stuff, and that wasn't
it. I'm like, Monica came with like a fitted corset Fendi monochromatic.
Monica looked like the motherfucker from Shrek, the king. That's what she was dressed like.
Lord Farquaad.
The haircut and everything.
I know.
She had a little beret.
Monica did look a little bit like she was stuck in the early 2000s though.
I will say Monica did like when I saw pictures, because when I saw it on the Versus, it was fine. When I saw pictures, the fit was a little ill-fitting in the pants.
Yeah.
The bottom of the corset was too, but I'm not like a tailor, so I'm not.
She said ill-fitting.
It was ill-fitting.
Not this bitch.
It was a little ill-fitting.
It was ill-fitting for me.
We so rude.
And her makeup was like under different lighting. It wasn't it, but still look better than Brandy.
Brandy was a hot mess. I don't know. I thought she was on something for a minute.
I was like, this was your chance to rebrand yourself, bitch, and you like
she just threw it out the fucking door.
And you just came out with an album nobody gives a fuck about.
Man, they both were like
exactly. You said who did exactly.
Both of them plugged their new music. Both of them did.
The fact that nobody's checking for y'all new shit though.
They might be. I'm
just mad new shit, though. How y'all like that Tony Braxton and Missy Elliott, that new track?
I didn't listen to it. I'm so sorry.
I only caught a part of it on the radio, so I had to go back and listen to it.
It was very old school. It seems dated, but that's what I like about it.
I probably will, because I'm into old school like sounds. It's a lot of 80s and 90s like sounds coming back right now in the music industry. Yeah. So
I think that's why that Boot Up song just became this massive hit for Ellie Mai, because it sounded so 90s.
Boot Up.
Like everybody like us is listening to it right now. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
All right, CJ, close us out.
Let's close it out. I was just gonna say. So if you've listened to us, love our news angle with our lowbrow news and entertainment biz stuff. There they go again. Make sure you subscribe to your favorite podcast or platform. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you like, comment below, hit that notification bell so that you can. Oh my God, they're getting louder because I won't fuck with them. That notification
if you feel
so you
like
can get our
dancing,
news
then come on.
Monday at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Down, so he can get down. The train is coming through.
Disclaimer for the song: we don't own the lyrics or the music. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Make sure you guys stay blessed, woke. Oh my god, safe and logical out there. If you're black, stay black. Shout out to the Black Panther family.
You can knock a motherfucker out doing a little bit.
Oh my god. POCs and allies unite. Fucking Yumbe. Hey, peace out. Oh my god. Bye guys. I'm done. Bye.